Welcome back to Situations, where real life gets unpacked, unfiltered, and a little too relatable. Season 8 starts now. Let's get into it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations, the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
How everybody doing out there today? Theon, how you doing today?
I'm good. But where
Good.
snow come from? No.
I know,
Groundhog.
right?
What you up to, Jack?
I already know, right? Well, first of all, before we even get started today, I just want to say one thing. Today marks season 8 of Situations, the podcast. Okay? 8th
Yeah.
season. And I want to say, Theon, I really appreciate you sitting next to me every week and for us to be able to reach this milestone. Okay? I
I
also want
appreciate
to
you too.
say, right, I also want to say to all our fans and all our supporters that tune in every week to support Situation the Podcast, I want to say thank you guys because without you, there's no us, okay?
Right. Thank y'all.
Right,
Yes.
so
I love y'all because some of y'all returned like me.
I know, right? So once again, I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I really truly appreciate you. And I hope you guys can, continue to support us through 8 seasons more and beyond, okay? Now, today's episode, we got a good one.
Okay.
Today, we're going to be talking about women that prefer anal sex versus traditional.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay. That's what we're going to
Ooh,
be
child.
discussing today.
Mm-mm.
Um, just so you guys know that I do have a clip that are going to support what it is that we're talking about today because I don't want you guys to be thinking that we just sit here and we make this up. I can't make this up. Okay. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys stay locked in because you're definitely going to want to see this clip. All right. Tiana, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, you heard what the title is, right?
Right.
So what do you think this woman is expressing, or what do you think women are expressing when they say they prefer anal over traditional?
Oh, maybe they get a better orgasm or something.
Okay.
Or maybe their front could be stretched out. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad. It's funny that you said that because in this clip, she talks about
Mhm.
she talks about her virginity, her vagina.
Okay.
She talks
Okay.
about that. So
Hmm.
it's funny that you said that. So, but I want you guys to listen to what she has to say. You know, and keep in mind when you hear this clip, listen to what she's saying and listen to how old she says she is. Okay. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind.
Wow.
Right? Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Now, you said maybe because she probably receives a better orgasm that way. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean that could very well be, but so you mean to tell me that she will prefer anal over traditional every time?
I mean, it sounds like you saying that's what she said, and what made me say that is like because it's a whole. Remember the whole epidemic with the rolls and
Right.
vibrators and toys and all that stuff, whatever. So if the woman is study using that, which is a machine, this vibration or whatever. Then when she lay down with the man, there's no feeling there.
Right.
So where are the places she going but the back door?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I can understand that. I truly understand that point of view. But
Hmm.
my thing is, I just don't see how that can be a thing. I can't see how that's a thing though.
Every
You
every
want this,
time.
you want it this way every time, you know.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. But to each his own. I can't. It could be
I
up
can't
for
wait to hear
debate,
this clip.
right? It could be
Look,
up for
I'm
debate.
ready for the clip now because
It could
I
be up
need some
for debate.
clarity.
But let me put a debatable question out there, and I wrote some stuff down, so you
Okay.
guys just be patient with me. Is it truly preference if it is developed in a male-centered sexual culture? So, but that's a debatable question, So
Yeah, I would
go
say
ahead.
it's debatable. Yeah,
Right. So I just wanted to put that out there
because
for the chat.
you
You
know,
know. Go ahead. Yeah.
right? Some women, some women naturally want to please, but some women would just go over and beyond. It's like, oh well, let me do this. It's just like jumping through loops and hoops. Let me do this, because he want this, or to keep him, or whatever reason that she's doing it.
Right.
Or if he say he like it all the time, and maybe some women just like it.
Right.
It could be any one of those variables.
That could be very well true. I mean, like I say, to each his own. I don't. I mean, I don't. If that's what she prefers, that's what she prefers. I have no qualms with
Right.
that. If that's what she liked, that's what she liked. That, like you said, that might turn her on. She might, like you said, she might have a better
Right.
orgasm. I mean, who knows? But with that being said, let me say
And I'm like,
this.
what man would just want that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I don't get it.
What man would just want that? Is would a man question that? Like, I can't we can't do the front?
It,
You know
it
what I
it's
mean? Like, I don't know.
right, right. Especially in today's
If
society,
there's some guys in the chat, can y'all please answer that for me? How would you feel about that? I want if it's a man, present in the chat, can y'all please answer that for me? Like, if a woman says she only wanted the back door, would you be okay with that?
right, right. Let's find out, fellas. We got any fellas tuned in right now? Answer the question. We have a female perspective. She want to know. But Deanna, let me ask you this: in this particular
Okay.
situation, does this challenge traditional femininity?
No, not to me, because when they be saying vagina is all the same, it's not. It don't look the same. It don't smell the same. It don't feel the same. So let's just clear that right on up. Let's just clear that right on up.
It don't all smell the same.
Stop me
Okay.
when I'm telling a lie, please.
Right. I mean,
Stop
I
me
mean,
when
I'm
I'm
with
telling
you.
a
I'm
lie.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. Go ahead. You
Okay.
can finish.
So it's just like, if it don't look the same, feel the same, taste the same, and then whatever, it's like, I've even heard some men say, there's like a stereotype on the pretty woman or the boring chick or whatever. It's like she just lay there dormant like she's dead. So there's no performance, no kickback, no nothing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, versus him dealing with a different type of woman, or maybe a woman that wasn't so attractive, but she performs like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different variables on that as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just think the compatibility has to be there on
Right.
both sides.
Right.
It
Right.
don't matter what acts you're doing, because you could try something and it not work at all. You see what I'm saying? It's like, nah,
Absolutely.
this it just ain't. I've heard men say they went, to lay down with. It was like, it just wasn't doing nothing. He got on up out of there.
Right.
Or the woman, was saying he didn't know I was ready to be totally submissive and free or whatever, and it just wasn't nothing. So
Right. But let me ask you this: do you think men subconsciously categorize women based on sexual behaviors?
I do in some categories, in some instances. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That's what I just said. Because sometimes it's like, um, if it's a girl that's out all the time, this and that, they would expect her to be promiscuous, or this and that. Or maybe if a woman dresses a certain type of way, they assume or expect her to be able to, do or perform certain things or whatever, and that may not be the case.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, like I say, it's debatable. It's debatable. And I like to say, I would like
Right,
for the women and the men to tune in. Tell us how you feel about this
right,
particular topic in this situation.
right.
Because once you see this clip, then that clip gonna pretty much explain everything. Okay. Um,
Hmm.
well, sit down. Let me say this. Do you think this is more
Okay,
about pleasure or feeling desired?
it could be both. Because
Okay.
if the woman is a nympho, then it's about pleasure.
Okay.
If it's about feeling desired, that's what I'm saying. That's where the performance comes in. She feel like she got to do something extra to spice it up to hold his attention.
But from a female perspective, do you feel it's more
Hmm.
about intensity or sensation from a female perspective?
It could be both. Like this whole thing is debatable because it depended on how she like it. Some women want a little more, rough or engagement or whatever, and some people want it nice and gentle, but the satisfaction is still there. So it depends on the person.
Okay. All right. I can agree with that. I agree with that. But let me ask you this then. Does this preference give her control or does it give the man the power?
He may think he got the power if he got an ego, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it gives her control.
Okay.
Cause if she do decide to give it to him like that, now he like, we about to add this to our, and she could say after that, oh, that was just a one time thing.
Right.
Or she
Okay.
only want to open that door when she want to.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just wanted to see how you from a woman perspective, I just wanted to feel and see how how you look at
Yeah.
this, how you look at this particular topic because
Mhm.
I kind of
Yeah.
I kind of the questions that I'm asking, I'm trying to make all the questions debatable. That way the male will have a
Right.
perspective and the female going to have a perspective, because I don't think in this
Right.
particular situation there's a wrong and a right. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a wrong and a
Right.
right. Everything today is going to be up for
Hmm.
debate. So that's pretty much where I'm going
Right.
with the line of questioning for today. Okay. Um.
Right. That's what I'm saying, to each his own, because you can't say all men will want this or want to try that, because all men don't.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
But
know what I'm
let me
saying?
ask you
So
this. Let me ask you this, and I'm
everything is
glad you
debatable
said
in
that.
this sense. Hmm.
I'm glad you said that because you said all men don't. But let me ask you this: should a man feel
Right.
any pressure to comply if he don't?
No.
Okay.
But guess what? If that woman is not caring and understanding, then she's gonna be immature and petty and trying to make it seem like it's something wrong with him because he don't want to do it and test
Okay.
his manhood.
Okay. Well, we got Ronnie in the chat. Ronnie, appreciate you checking in, man. Ronnie said he definitely agree. Okay. Well, let me ask you this then. Without
Hmm.
from a man's perspective, Ronnie, let me ask you this. Since you a man, you tuned in. I don't know if you actually heard the question right now. I don't know how long you've been in. And we're talking about women that prefer anal sex over traditional. Okay. And the question I should
Regular.
just, the
Right.
question I, huh? Would you say something? You say something, Yana?
No, I was just saying regular. You were saying traditional. That's all.
Oh, regular. Okay. So that's pretty much where we at
Yeah.
with today's topic. And my question was, well, Tiana made a statement saying that all men shouldn't have to want that. And my question to her was, should a man feel pressure to comply? Ronnie, what do you feel about that? If a woman tells you that she only wants anal and that's it, do you feel any pressure to comply with her? That's what I want to know from you. Let's see what we'll see what he has to say about that.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me say this. Let me
Because
ask you
I'm gonna
this,
say,
then,
then
Kim.
you got the factor in hygiene and everything like that too.
Right, right. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot goes into this. Absolutely, it does. You know. But
Right.
let me ask you this question: if she prefers it, does it make
Hmm.
traditional intimacy less important?
I mean, well, maybe for her it do,
Okay. Well, answer it from a
because if
female
she's saying that's
perspective.
what she
Answer it from your
prefers, that means
perspective.
she don't. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it just seemed like that's not what she want.
Okay. Yeah, Shika, you heard that correctly, and I'm glad you tuned in. Matter of fact, since y'all tuned in, I'm going to play the clip a little earlier than anticipated, okay? That way you guys can get a general idea of where we're going with this. Today we're talking about women that prefer anal sex over regular regular sex, okay? And Ronnie tuned back in. Ronnie said no, he don't agree. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to stay tuned, and we're gonna come back after we witness this clip. Stay tuned.
You like playing with men's booties? Do you like when they play with yours?
I love it. I prefer it. I don't really like vaginal sex.
You like anal sex more?
I do. I do. I don't. I can't name too many times where I have climaxed off of vaginal sex.
Right.
Yeah. It's just not. And I don't like big dick. Like, but it hurts your mouth when you're sucking it. It stretches your shit all out. I'm 45 almost. And, it still looks like I'm 17, 18 years old down there.
So you've had more anal sex than vaginal sex in your lifetime?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Definitely more anal than vaginal. And I've been pleased more that way than the other. Just like I can be pleased by pleasing a woman, by giving oral to a woman.
You just like the
That can
dominant. You just like the dominant. It's just
I do.
So do you peck men as well?
I have.
And how was that experience for you?
I love it.
Okay. Now you guys got a general idea where we're going with today's topic. And I don't want you guys to ever think that we're just
Right.
making up something for content, because everything that we talk about is going to be real, it's going to be raw, and it's going to be authentic, okay? So now that you guys have witnessed that clip, tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. Shika, what do you think about that? Rich, what's going on, man? We
So
appreciate you tuning in.
I was talking about when I was like, maybe she had been with different partners, or it was loose or whatever it is, but she's saying she haven't, and we were saying wasn't important, the anal versus the vaginal.
Vaginal.
She's saying right, so she don't really want that. So she
So,
would have to get with a man that prefer that too, or wants that over the vaginal.
all right. But I'm so confused though. I mean, how is it that this is all you want? But then she say
It seemed like it's like a specialty fetish or something. She don't, cause she said she enjoyed pegging and doing all this other stuff to men too. So that's like a specialty fetish she got.
right. Okay, she get tuned in. She just said that she may be enjoying everything that comes with the intercourse, however, prefers anal. Uh,
She said she don't really want to do it at all though. The vaginal.
right. Ronnie said, Ronnie, there's no link for you to give your point of view. Just type it into the chat box on you tuned in from Facebook. Just type it into your comment section, and I'll receive it, and then we can discuss it from there. Okay, I'm sorry. So what was you saying, Tatiana?
I don't remember.
You saying that she said you saying something similar to about she preferred, you saying something,
Oh yeah,
you was basing on what
she
Sheikah
was
said.
saying she really hadn't had much. Right, she
So,
was saying she really hadn't had vaginal sex and she don't prefer it because she don't orgasm.
but how is that even possible? So you mean to tell me as a 45-year-old woman,
Right,
you mean to tell me that little pootie cat look like it's 17? So you mean to tell me from the time you started intercourse, you was introduced to the back door?
right.
That's not realistic. I
But
can't see that.
if she's saying she don't like a large penis, if she's saying she don't like a large penis, is that the reason why she's not orgasming and the man don't know how to hit the G spot?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't. Maybe he if he's not big enough and he don't know how to use what he got to still reach the point where she can climax, then it's not gonna work.
Right. Well, Sheikah said, well, she made two comments. Sheikah said she lying.
Mm-hmm.
Sheikah said she definitely lying. And then she also made a comment. She says it's simply a matter of her preference on penetration. Well, I mean, I can see that. I can
Right.
see that. But think of it from this perspective. She says she's
Mm-hmm.
45. She say her
Right.
her vagina looked like it's about 17. Okay. The average woman usually
So if she's
starts
saying that means she ain't really had no vaginal sex.
right. But what I'm saying is this, though, Tiana. She might not have had any vaginal sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I'm saying is what's the
Mm-hmm.
average age for a female to be sexually active? 13, 14, 15, in that age range? That's about time you all
Yeah.
as women become sexually active, right? About 15?
It wasn't me, but yeah.
I mean, on the average. 15, 16. Let's just say
Right. Yeah.
16. Let's say 16. So you mean to tell me from the
Yeah.
time she was 16 years old, she was introduced to the back door at 16? That's what I'm not understanding that.
Exactly. I'm not either. I don't know. We talking about it, but she would need to elaborate a little more. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of funny. She could say, "Oh, maybe she hasn't been with a skilled man." That could be true. That could be true. That could be very well true as well.
That's what I was saying. If the man don't know how to use, what he got, or he's not talented in that field, then of course she wouldn't.
Okay. Ronnie made a comment. He said she was a prostitute. She was a prostitute and had used dildos on her partner is much deeper.
How you know that?
Hey, I mean, I don't know. And then he said he watched the entire video on Nothing But the Truth
Oh, okay.
podcast. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like I say, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but like I say, I don't knock it. If that's what she prefers, that's what she prefers.
Yeah.
You know, but to each his own. To each his own.
Well, to me, if she was a prostitute, it would make sense because she want to preserve her vajayjay, and then she's just actually getting pleasure with probably not having emotional attachment to the back door. I'm trying to make sense of it.
Right. But I mean, can you really make sense of something like that though?
No, but I'm saying, but if he's saying he watched the whole video interview and she said, and then she was a prostitute, then maybe she not culling or maybe she not doing all this other stuff. It just became an erotic, sex attachment or, fetish or whatever, this and that. It wasn't no love involved. I
Right.
don't know. So she just doing it out of pleasure and enjoyment.
But let me ask you this: do you think age and experience change this?
Mhm. No, because you can get a woman that started having sex at 10 and she could be more experienced than me. And I'm 46. So it just depends on each person's, that's debatable too, because it just depends on your life experience
Right.
and who you was with. Because if you got a girl that was 12 that started having sex and she was sleeping with me and that was 30 and 35 that knew what the hell they was doing, oh, she gonna be a beast.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I found that to be very interesting. So that was the reason why we bringing it to you guys
Yeah,
today, because I was looking at the numbers. When I say numbers, I mean the age she said she was, and to the age she said what her kitty looks like.
right,
You know, and I'm thinking, okay, what's the
right,
average age for a young female to start having intercourse? I'm figuring 15, 16 years old, and she says she's 45, and that's all she want.
right,
So I'm trying to figure out, is this how you was
right.
introduced to the game? You know, I mean, I don't know.
Possibly.
Could very well be.
But that's something, if that was the case, maybe that was to a man who had that particular fetish. And people do grooming and
Right.
whatever they
Right.
want to do when you're younger, you know what I'm saying? Like for
I even
somebody,
I
or
uh
not even so much as younger. If it was a virgin that was 30 years old and she has no experience, and he like, well, we got to do this and we got to, you know what I'm saying? So it just depends.
right, right. Okay, stay tuned for 1 second, y'all.
Warning: this show contains strong opinions and explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. In a situation like
Hmm.
this, do you think this can cause some insecurities in a relationship?
It can if the man is not secure within himself, or like I'm saying, if he's expressing he want you know something different or he want more intimacy and that's what she want. If she's not accommodating to what he want and what he needs to, and it's only about her preference and what she want, then he may start feeling some type of way, and he just need to get on up out of there because she's gonna be like, well, I like this, and you supposed to please me, and woo woo. So it can create some insecurity there,
Right,
or she could be the one that's insecure, and so she leads with this, and maybe that's a domineering factor that she uses over men. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it
right,
out.
right. Trying to figure it out. Right. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, but let me give a debatable for the fellas. Fellas,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this. I think sometime in this particular situation, many men might internalize it and wonder who taught her this preference.
Right.
Because that was my first that was my first thought process when I
Me
saw it.
too.
I'm like, when she immediately started talking, I immediately started putting numbers together because I'm trying to figure out, if this is all you want, then where did you get this from
Exactly.
at this big age?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How long have you
Yeah.
been doing this at this big age?
Right. Right.
Because I mean, I was trying to make some sense of it, but I really
Right.
couldn't make no sense of it. So that's why I figured, I'm gonna bring it to the world today, and we're gonna let them dissect it and see, let's see
Right.
how we can come up with something. See if we can come up with something, a positive
Right.
outcome on this. I mean, I don't know.
Because the average woman ain't starting out with sex saying, I want to go through the back door.
My point exactly. My point
Exactly.
exactly. It doesn't happen that way.
No.
You're not introduced to. You're not introduced. It doesn't. It just doesn't happen like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, either this woman has to be in the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
and I mean that's the only other option I could think of. She
Mhm.
has to be in some form or fashion in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
and that's probably part of her ritual. That's probably something that she likes. I don't know.
Right.
Uh, but let me ask you this:
Okay.
do you think this is a compatibility test?
It can be. I mean, I definitely think it should be discussed or whatever before, because like I said, if it's a man that want to be loving and caring, intimate, cuddling and all that or whatever, and that's all she want, it's not. There's no compatibility there.
Right. Okay. But let me give you guys hold on, we got a okay, she could say, yeah, that sounds about right. Ronnie said her pimp. Okay, let me give you guys a debatable.
Mhm.
Should compatibility well no, let me see. How I wanna word this. Okay. Should sexual compatibility be discussed early in the relationship?
I believe so.
Okay.
I mean, especially after some time go by when you discuss other things first, and y'all actually spending time together, and some time has gone by, and you feel like you maybe want to approach that step to start having that. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you like? What are your dislikes? Is it something that you prefer? Yeah, those are questions that need to be asked.
Right. Because I can't see, me running to that type of woman and then we finna have intercourse for the first time,
And she
and
say that.
she immediately toots her ass up in there. Like, wait a
Who
minute
would who
now.
would surprise somebody like that? Who would do that's what I'm
Right,
saying. Who would do that?
right,
Because, in the man, I guess speaking from a male standpoint, it's all about, the build up to some degree for him. I mean, unless you just straight screwing somebody, but that's not no relationship. That's just a hookup.
right. I mean, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Um, I don't know. I mean, you got chat. What y'all think? Tell me what y'all think about that. How do you all feel about it? Um, to me, like I said, I just found it to be kind of a little weird.
Yeah.
Um, but hey, like I say, I don't knock it. And if that's what she likes, that's what she likes.
Right. Because maybe if she would have said, she like everything, but maybe that's the cherry on the top for her, or something like that. She like, I ain't even got to have the other way. Just give me the
Right,
back door.
right.
Like, baby,
Okay, well let me ask you this,
excuse
Dion.
me.
Let me ask you
Mm-hmm.
this, then. Does this
Uh-huh.
signal adventurous or instability?
No, that's not adventurous. That's instability, because where's the other missing links?
Shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty much lost for words, and I'm never usually lost for words. You know, um,
You and me both, because I've never heard this. I ain't even gonna lie, and I heard a lot of stuff.
right. I mean, for her to say that's all she wants and that's all she prefers, I mean, she
Right.
should never have any problem with using the bathroom.
Oh my God.
Right. She should never have no problem with that. That should be loose as a goose back there. You know, let me see. She could make a comment. She said, and then sometimes these women say what they think will give them the views and attention for social media. So who knows? You're right. You're absolutely right. They
That's true too.
That's very well could be what this situation is too, because
Yeah.
everybody do things for clicks and likes nowadays. We're in the social media driven era, so that is very well true.
Yeah.
Um, but
And if she
when
was trying to
she
get some more followers and likes or trying to
right,
check a bag on social media, she
right,
definitely did it with this one. She went viral for this one.
right, and that's probably what she was trying to do, because if you look at her,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at her, she to me, my just my preference and my what I'm saying. To me, she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look that appealing.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't look that
Okay.
appealing for it to be talking about come get me an ass.
Mhm.
No, no. We ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that because to me she looks horrific to me. But I'm gonna play the video back one more time
Well,
because I
maybe
don't know
that
if
might be her
y'all
strong suit because of that.
her looks.
You heard me. Maybe that might be her strong suit because of that.
What was
No,
her strong
if you
looks?
and a lot of other men think she's not attractive,
Okay,
I'm not saying her looks is not the strong suit. I'm saying the butt is.
okay, all right,
You see what I'm saying? Sometimes if a person may be insecure in one area, they compensate in another.
right. Sheikah, okay, all right. Well, yeah, I agree with that too, Sheikah. I definitely agree with that as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video back one more time for
What she
those
say?
that may, huh? What'd you say, Tiana?
No, I was saying what did she could say?
Oh, she said it was
I was
it
asking you
was
what did she could say?
it was stripped out. It was stripped out. They don't even care how comments or what people say about them in the comments.
No, okay.
Okay, but for those of you that may just not be tuning in, I'm gonna play the video back again. That way you guys can get caught up.
You like playing with men's booties? Do you like when they play with yours?
I love it. I prefer it. I don't really like vaginal sex.
You like anal sex more
I
than
do.
vaginal sex?
I do. I don't. I can't name too many times where I have climaxed off of vaginal sex.
Right.
Yeah. It's just not. And I don't like big dick. Like, but it hurts your mouth when you're sucking it. It stretches your shit all out. I'm 45 almost. And, it still looks like I'm 17, 18 years old down there.
So you've had more anal sex than vaginal sex in your lifetime?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Definitely more anal than vaginal. And I've been pleased more that way than the other. Just like I can be pleased by pleasing a woman, by giving oral to a woman.
You just like the dominate.
That can-
You just like the dominate. It's just
I do.
So do you peck men as well?
I have.
And how was that experience for you?
I love it.
Okay. For those of you that are just tuned in, that's the topic of today's show. All right. I want to ask you this. I'm gonna say, fellas. Well, I still got any of the fellas tuned in. I'm gonna ask you guys. I want to ask you guys a question. By her saying this, does that make you guys feel special? Or I want to know how you truly feel about from a woman like this, her saying something like that. How did that make you feel? What does that make you feel? Tiana, what do you think about that? How should that make a man feel? What do you think that should make a man feel like?
I like she's just something to do.
Okay.
And she already said she doing it. She like to dominate. You know what I'm saying? So it's not ain't no love in that.
So that pretty much tells us she's in that entertainment line. She's down. She's
Right.
in that entertainment group, right? So
And
in a
she and
situation
she
like
said
that,
and she said she like pleasing women too. So
right?
she was like, and just like if she ate a woman, vagina and stuff like that. So she already tell you what she like. She like to eat cat and she want to get hit from the back. That's what she said. I know you be laughing at how I'm saying stuff. Ain't that's what she said?
How you put these? How you be putting this shit together?
In my mind, in my mind, it just
Oh my goodness.
sound like a cat dog to me.
But would that affect? Do you think that would affect a long term relationship?
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree with that because I mean if that's all you're offering,
Right.
you talking about putting the put uh, talking about it hurt your mouth, it hurt your jaw.
Okay.
So that's not an option.
Exactly.
You don't want to give me no vagina. That's not an option. The only thing I can
Right.
do is just get the oh no. No, no. I'm sorry, sweetheart. This ain't working. This ain't gonna work. All right,
Said no
y'all stay
mouth
tuned.
or no cat. Take it to
Right,
the
y'all
back.
stay tuned. Stay tuned for 1 second.
Attention, all creatives and business owners. Are you a clothing designer, music artist, entrepreneur, or brand owner looking to get your name out there? Here's your chance to be featured on Situations the Podcast, the platform that shines a spotlight on real people, real stories, and real success. Get promoted, get seen, and connect with a growing audience that supports movers and dreamers like you. We're also looking for sponsors ready to grow with us and be part of the movement. Tap in today. Let's make your situation go viral.
Okay. Yeah, let me ask you this. As you know,
Okay.
we live in a social media driven area right now. Era right now,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
Does this reflect modern sexual culture?
I could say yeah, it could, but it's just like I still feel like it's a responsibility of people, men and women, to be discerning and to have some type of sense to know that everybody ain't doing this.
Right.
Because people will have the tendency to try to, well, that's what the girls doing now. Well, go get them girls that do that then, nigga.
Right. Right.
Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, don't come over here saying what somebody else do. Ask me, am I interested in that? Or see what my interests are. Don't come over here. Well, everybody doing, baby. We not doing that peer pressure. Remember they said them commercials about the drugs or the smoking.
Right.
Everybody's doing it. Come
Right.
on, just no.
Right.
What you doing? Just screw what everybody else do.
Well, I got a debatable. I got a debatable here. Is this a sexual culture progress or is it becoming extreme? That's for the chat,
I
and
say
that's
it's
what.
becoming.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna give you a chance to
I
answer, Thiana. But that's for the chat
okay.
and everybody that's tuned in.
Hmm.
That's a debatable. I want to see how you guys feel about what the question I just asked. Go ahead, Thiana. You can answer.
I would say it's becoming an extreme because they're leading with that, but then they psych themselves out of saying ain't no feelings in chat, sneaky link, this and that. We just having fun, going with the flow, this and whatever. But you dealing with a person. You people got sneaky links for 20 years. So it's like you lying to yourself saying there's no emotional connection or whatever. Because soon as something don't go your way, you crashing out. What is that? That's an emotion.
Right, right, absolutely. You're right. You're definitely
But
right
they're
about that.
leading with the sex and they leaving out everything else like it's not important. But it is.
Okay. Well, let me ask you guys this. This question is for the ladies. Ladies, let's say for instance, this is what you're offering, and this is what you're leading with. And if that man declines this offer, is he insecure? Diana, is he insecure?
I would say no because that's not his preference. That's hers.
Okay,
You can't make somebody else your preference somebody else's preference.
absolutely. And
But if
and
you want to be manipulative or lead with narcissistic tendencies, of course you're going to try to manipulate and gaslight to make them feel less than because you were the one that was rejected. That's not what they prefer.
right. Hey, hey, Rich back. Rich say that's why you keep that 40. You keep that 40 ready. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's about all she probably. That's
Bought
probably
it
about all
out a
she
whole
worth.
new one.
Right. That's probably about all she worth any goddamn way. Fellas, for with a woman like this, does this change your view of her? How do you all feel about how would you all perceive her now after witnessing what you witnessed? How did you perceive this woman? Um, tell me how you guys feel about that. Me personally, I'm gonna answer it though. I'm gonna answer though. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna even say from a male perspective. I'm gonna say from my perspective. A woman like that,
Right.
I would definitely have to look at her a little sideways. And I would my first thought process would be she must be a prostitute, or she's in the male. I mean, she's in the entertainment industry. That would be my thought process. And
Right.
I don't think I don't think that would be something I would be entertained with. Me personally, I really don't.
Right. But see, if it was a man that did entertain it and then he come get with me or somebody else and it's like, well, my last relationship, we always did this with it. Y'all, that's what y'all did.
Right, right.
That's what I'm like,
She
here goes somebody trying to impose something upon you.
right. Yeah. Well, do you think that do you honestly think that was probably like a test for him to actually see if he would
I don't
go?
know. The way she talking, I don't think it's no test. I don't think it's no test. I think it's what she prefer. And she wants you to oblige. That's what I think. I don't think it was a test. I mean, because she's talking with clarity and boldness about what she wants and what she prefers.
Right.
So I don't think it's no test. I think it's her living in her truth. And so whoever prefers that as well, then they're gonna have a time.
Yeah. I wish them the best of luck with that, because I don't think I could be. I don't think I could be ever entertained with that. I really don't. Me personally,
Yeah,
nothing she can say nor do will ever appease me.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Um,
yeah.
with a woman like this, does that shift the power dynamics in a relationship?
Uh it all depends. It all depends because if he starts to like it, then it would shift and she holds the power. But if he's a man that's standing in his truth and him being, a masculine, heterosexual man that, wants not one dimensional, aspect of a person, then he gonna stand firm in that. And then that's when it's gonna break ties right there.
Okay.
But if she can get him enticed and she get him to go along with getting it or whatever, and he get trapped up in that snare, then yeah, she got the power.
Well, Rich say, who got our number? Hey, Rich, you entertain? Let me find out you entertain, Rich. Rich, don't do it, man. I've been knowing you a long time, bro. Don't don't do that. Don't do it. Don't fall for that.
Oh my
Don't fall for that.
goodness.
Don't fall for that okey doke, man. I would hate to see you fall down that rabbit hole. I really do.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I got one or two more questions, and we're gonna that's pretty much gonna conclude today's episode. I want to say thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in with us
Okay.
and rock with us for today's episode. Like I say, today make our first episode of season 8, so that's truly a blessing for us. But the next question I have, Deanna, is
Absolutely.
this: Is sexual
Hmm.
preference ever negotiable?
Yes. When
Okay.
you got open communication. And maybe, when you starting out with somebody, nerves can get in the way. The man cannot perform well. The woman may be, more withdrawn. But, as they continue to be around each other, you know, um, cuddling is happening, intimacy outside the bedroom, open communication, considering the other person's wants and needs and all that like that, then a person may become more open over time and
Okay.
may be more willing to, explore some other things, especially with the trust being built.
And a sexual mismatch is a good reason to end a relationship, correct?
I believe so, because if you
Okay.
can't never get it right, then that's just an argument that, what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing you can do with that. When it's not no chemistry or no, excitement or fire or whatever in there, whatever, why would we be together unhappy when there's 7 billion people out here?
Right.
It's somebody for everybody. And
You're
somebody
absolutely
like
right.
what you like. And somebody gonna be able to please you the way you want on both sides.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, this will be the final question for today's episode. And this is, a final grown folks question.
Hmm.
Do you guys think it's more about sex, or is it about the power, ego, or evolving gender dynamics? What do you think about that? Let me repeat the
All of the
question.
last three.
Okay. All right. And here's a debatable. Are modern relationships struggling because sexual norms change faster than emotional maturity? What do you feel about that?
I would say yes, because you leaving out all the key components. And now you
Okay.
got somebody having sex and then they crashing out right after that. That's total dysfunction.
Okay.
Toxicity at its finest.
Right, right, right. Okay. Um, well, Rich commented. Rich said that if I think if two people like each other, it's whatever. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's definitely true. That's definitely a true statement there, Rich. But are you? If this is all she has to offer, is all she has to offer is her ass, nothing else, because everything else hurt her mouth. Uh, she not giving you no vajayjay. All she has to offer is
Hmm.
ass. Are you comfortable and are you okay with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's more
But
to.
I don't agree with his comment saying, I don't agree.
Go ahead, Theana.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I was just saying I don't agree with his comment when he said if two people like each other, it's whatever. It's not, because I could say this man smell good. Oh, he make money. He's a family oriented man. He's handsome. He's 6 feet tall or whatever. I like him. But then when I get at him, he not even handling me with care, tenderness, love, respect, and all that. I can't just say I like everything about him or whatever, and it's gonna work. So it ain't whatever.
Okay. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. Maybe he was talking from a sexual standpoint. Maybe that's probably where that comment stem from a sexual standpoint. I mean, I don't know. Uh,
But even right, but even that, you can say you like the person, but then it's still not working. Then what? You really wanted it to work out, and y'all tried 5 or 6 times, and it's still. But I like them. But I like her. Man, I like her. Man, I like him. It
right,
ain't. It ain't got nothing to do with like it's compatibility.
right, right. Well, he said he going. He definitely going elsewhere for vagina.
Because you could say, you see what I'm saying? You could say, I ain't even like him, or I ain't even like her like that. Cause she's different from what I'm used to talking to. I'm used to the flashy girls and this and that. She's more laid back, demure, homebody, this and that. But then that lady get in there and baby, rock your whole world. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you didn't really
Right.
like her. You like that other type. But you tried something different and you got a pleasant surprise. So it's got to be a little more than light.
Well, he clarified it. He said yes, it was from a sexual standpoint. Okay, I figured him. I figured that's
Yeah.
probably where you was going with that because of the topic of today's show.
Hmm.
Okay, fellas, chat once again. I truly, truly appreciate you guys, and once again, without you guys, there's no us. You know, so I appreciate you guys continue to support us, and like I say, today make season 8 for us, and
Absolutely.
let's celebrate. You know, um,
Yes.
okay. So it's a celebration for us. Like I said, I never could have imagined we'll be still doing it 8 seasons into 8 seasons, and it definitely feels good. Then how does it make you feel?
Right. It feel amazing. It feel amazing.
Okay, all right, it's a celebration. Okay, all right,
Come
y'all.
on.
Right.
That's what she said. Come on.
Okay, that's gonna conclude our show for today, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the topic today. I hope you was able to take something from what you saw today. I dropped a lot of the debatable questions. You know, if you guys want to always watch the video back and drop your comment into the section of the video itself, you know, we'll definitely reply to that. Diana, you got something you want to close out with?
I just want to say thank you all for the love and support. I love that you guys are more engaging because what you say, matter too. And I definitely be want to hear different perspectives, and answers about, everything that we're talking about because it gives me a clear understanding as well.
Right, absolutely. Okay, we're gonna close out today's show, guys. But we got a message first, okay?
We here at Situations the Podcast truly appreciate you tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. Take care, and we'll see you right back here next week.
Okay, guys, that's gonna conclude our show for today. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for another amazing episode of Situations the Podcast. And once again, there's no us without you. Peace.